This story is about how Ibrahim Traoré faced certain death to protect civilians. How he risked himself will shock you. Before we get into the story, leave a comment and let us know what city you're watching from. And don't forget to subscribe. Enjoy the story. The night was unnaturally quiet along the river that cut through the Burkinabe countryside. The moon cast a silver glow over the narrow wooden bridge that connected two small villages. For decades, that bridge had been the only link between farmers, families, and traders on either side. But tonight it was a target. Rumors had spread that insurgents planned to ambush civilians as they crossed. Men, women, children returning from the weekly market. Panic had already begun to ripple through the villages. Mothers refused to let their children leave home. Fathers gripped old rifles with trembling hands. And the villagers whispered only one question. Will the army come? At the edge of the camp, Captain Ibrahim Traoré studied the map laid out before him. He traced the river with his finger, his eyes sharp. Around him, his young soldiers shifted nervously. The insurgents were well-armed, ruthless, and hidden in the shadows. For them, attacking unarmed civilians was a tactic, not a shame. One soldier broke the silence. "Captain, we could wait until morning. It's too dangerous at night." Ibrahim looked up, his expression calm but unyielding. "By morning, the villagers will already be dead." He folded the map, his decision final. "We go tonight." As midnight crept closer, the sound of distant gunfire shattered the silence. Cries echoed from the far end of the bridge. Women clutched their children, men tried to shield their families as armed insurgents emerged from the trees. Flames licked at the sky as huts were set ablaze. The attackers laughed cruelly, firing into the air to drive fear deeper. And then came the sound they feared most, the thunder of boots on the wooden planks of the bridge. Captain Ibrahim Traoré appeared first, rifle slung across his chest, his posture upright and unshaken. Behind him, a small unit of soldiers followed, but it was Ibrahim who walked in front, deliberately making himself the first target. A shot rang out. The bullet splintered the wood inches from his foot. Still he did not stop. "Ibrahim," one of his men shouted. "Fall back, let us cover you." But the captain kept walking, his eyes locked on the insurgents. His voice cut through the night like thunder. "Listen to me. You hide in the dark and strike at children. You think this makes you strong? No, it makes you cowards. If you want to fight, then face me here. Face me." The insurgents hesitated. They had not expected such defiance, not from one man standing exposed on the bridge. For a heartbeat, their laughter died. Then the leader snarled and raised his rifle. "Kill him." Gunfire erupted, tearing through the night. But Ibrahim did not retreat. He dove forward, rolling behind the side rail of the bridge, returning fire with precision. His soldiers spread out behind him, but it was Ibrahim who pushed ahead, his voice commanding, pulling his men forward even as bullets whizzed past. At one point, a grenade rolled onto the bridge, inches from where two civilians crouched in terror. Without hesitation, Ibrahim sprinted forward, snatched the grenade, and hurled it into the river. The explosion shook the water, drenching him, but the civilians were unharmed. The villagers, emboldened by his courage, began to flee across the bridge, shepherded by Ibrahim's men. But the insurgents regrouped, unleashing another wave of fire. The wooden planks began to splinter and burn. Smoke clouded the air. One of Ibrahim's soldiers shouted, "Captain, the bridge won't hold." Ibrahim's jaw tightened. He glanced back. Dozens of villagers were still trapped, unable to cross. The only way to buy them time was to hold the insurgents at bay. He turned to his lieutenant. "Get them across. All of them." "And you, Captain?" "I'll hold the bridge." The young lieutenant's eyes widened. "That's suicide." "Do as I say," Ibrahim snapped, his tone leaving no room for argument. And then he rose from cover, stepping fully into the open. Gunfire lit up the night, sparks flying from the wooden beams. Ibrahim advanced alone, each step deliberate, each shot from his rifle measured and unerring. He fired until his magazine emptied, then reloaded with calm hands. The insurgents, startled by his audacity, faltered. Some fell back. Others shouted in panic. To the villagers watching from the far bank, it looked like a single man holding back a storm. His silhouette, framed against the fire, became more than flesh and bone. It became a symbol. At last, when the final family reached safety, Ibrahim gave the signal. His men detonated charges placed earlier at the bridge's far end. With a thunderous roar, the bridge collapsed into the river, taking the insurgents with it. Ibrahim leapt to safety just as the planks gave way beneath him, his body slamming into the dirt, breathless but alive. The dawn that followed was quiet. The bridge was gone, but the villagers were safe. Mothers wept as they embraced their children. Fathers clasped the soldiers' hands, their gratitude unspoken but deep. And as for Captain Ibrahim Traoré, he stood apart, his uniform torn, his face streaked with soot. He looked across the river at the charred remains of the bridge. One of the elders approached him. "You risked everything, Captain. Why?" Ibrahim's gaze lingered on the rising sun. His voice was steady, resolute. "Because a leader must be the bridge his people can cross, even when the world is on fire." The words spread among the villagers, then among the soldiers, and soon throughout the countryside. And from that day, whenever fear threatened to break their spirit, they remembered the night at the river. The night their captain became the bridge of fire,